Hi Scorpios, welcome to the Jupiter Child. My name is Andy. I am a psychic medium here on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some November predictions for this month of November 2022. For you guys, this is going to apply to Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. Keep in mind that people do cross watch for other signs, and when I do sit down for these readings, I'm attaching to the people who are watching these videos. So if there are other people that are different signs that are cross-watching to spy and see what, people like you, Scorpio, are up to in November, their energies may influence the reading, and we may see that here, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. I want to pull a card that's just going to kind of give us an overall vibe for the month. So what your November really has to do with. This is a brand new deck. I believe it's called the New Orleans Oracle. This is a gift to me from a friend, a really good friend of mine, who I think she wanted me just to use this deck for myself, but I have been, and you guys are the first people that I'm using this for other than myself, and it's just the most beautiful deck. Sorry, my dog was like crying earlier and I didn't know why, and I don't know. He was fine, but anyways, it's the most beautiful deck ever, and I felt really called to use it for the readings for today. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Also, happy birthday, happy belated birthday. I know we're more towards the end of your season. But since we are still in your season, this is the most Scorpio card in this entire deck. We have the number 9 and new beginnings. I hope that you guys can see that. I have a new lighting ring light situation, and I'm not so sure how it does with the up close cards on it. But do you see that it's a cemetery? It says Lafayette Cemetery. Lafayette Cemetery number 1. Oh, okay, I thought it said not. So yeah, it's literally a depiction of a cemetery, and it says new beginnings. Cemetery, new beginnings, death, all of these things are tied with your energy, with the energy of Scorpio, of death energy, of creation and destruction, of life, of death and rebirth, of closing one door, opening another, walking away from something, walking into something else when you walk away from something. So I love this card for you guys because we're still in the season of Scorpio, in the energy of things coming to a close, things that don't serve us coming to a close. Walking away, basically what this month Scorpio for you guys has is that it really has a lot to do with you putting an end, and this is kind of just an overall energy for everyone throughout Scorpio season, but specifically for you guys, because this is your energy, this is your power, right? Is being able to put a clear and complete ending to cycles before opening new ones. It's almost like I'm seeing, this is such a funny image, but it's almost like I'm seeing this like person, this like old man with like a little robe, and he has this like one of those like old, I don't know what they're called, but basically like a keychain, but those like old ones that were like made out of metal, like a big metal circle with like a bunch of keys on it, and he's just like walking around, and it's like you guys are like the key masters, right? You guys are the holders of the keys to all the doors. That's Scorpio, right? That is the power that you possess, is that you can literally be anything that you want because you have the power of rebirth. You have that, I always see myself as this. I have Venus in Scorpio, but I have, just being a fire sign, I always see it as the phoenix. Phoenix that rises from the ashes is a very, although it's more associated with fire, the imagery, it is a very Scorpio energy. Being the phoenix that dies and rises back from the ashes, comes back as something else as well, as the other thing that I'm getting. The other thing that I just heard is like, I don't know if any of you watch sports or wrestling. I don't know where this phrase comes up that they say it a lot, but they say it's like, oh, it's their comeback season. You know, when like athletes, I guess, take a break off or something and then they come back or whatever, or I don't know. I don't know if that is associated with sports, but instantly my head said sports. But if any of you watch sports, maybe that's a specific thing for you. But I'm hearing that it's their comeback season. it is your comeback season. If you felt this past year or the past couple months or the past couple years, even for some of you, even for some of you or your whole life, I'm getting, sorry, just they keep saying more and more and more. They're like, excuse me. They're like, no. For some of them, it's a little bit further back than that. I'm getting that this is your time to come back into your power. This is your time to come back into yourself. This is your time to really tap into who you truly are. And there's just all these butterflies that are flying around. I'm also getting that, like, when this really, really takes place in the material world, right? Because as above, so below, we bring in the energies, we bring in the ideas from source, right? They materialize in our thoughts and in our emotions before they materialize in the physical world. I'm getting that this might be something that, like, you're already working on or is already in your mind, like trying to become who you really want to be, coming back to yourself, like making that comeback. Like, you're making a comeback in life. It's like, it's almost like, I don't know why I'm hearing someone say, like, oh, you bitches thought I was gone? No. Like, I'm coming back. Or like almost like people, like, you're like, I'm hearing this, like, say, oh, you bitches thought I was dead? You thought you seen the last of me. You thought you seen the last of me. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting very much that. It's a very like out of spite type of energy, where it's almost like, oh, you guys really thought you've seen the last of me. Nah. Whatever you saw before, wait till I show you, wait till I present myself the way I'm about to, you're gonna be blown away. It's almost like whoever you're trying to be, whoever you're arising to, stepping up to, is really gonna shock and blow everyone away. In like a, I feel like people are gonna be jealous of you. People are gonna be like, damn, I did not know that Scorpio had it in them. Like, I'm very surprised. It's almost like, for a lot of you, and I think this is a very Scorpio thing, it's like you're gonna do it out of spite, you know? Which, I mean, I'm not gonna say my opinions on that, but ultimately it is for your own good, because it's not like you're doing something that you don't want to do. It's you're stepping into who you are. You're stepping back into your power. So it's not a bad thing, it's a great thing. But I feel like you are kind of doing it to spite people, because people just either doubted you or didn't think that you had it in you. I just feel like people are really, really gonna be shocked when they see this change. Sorry, I don't even think I finished that train of thought because we were just going. But what I was gonna say is that, this could be something you're thinking of, feeling like you want to do, feeling pulled to do, something you've already been kind of planning, but haven't actually taken steps in the physical world to make these changes. But I'm getting that for a lot of you, these physical changes may take until springtime to cultivate in the physical, because I feel like you are planting the seeds right now for that change. You're closing the door right now. You're putting the period at the end of the sentence right now, but I don't think that next storyline, that next door, that next chapter will be really presented or really available or really physically visible in your life until spring of next year, is what I'm getting. It's going to take some time to kind of build and accumulate to that, because I think you're building something from the ground up. So the other thing is, be patient with yourself, Scorpio, because I feel like there's a lot of impatient energy, just because you really want to show people, you want to show the world, and more importantly, Scorpio, you want to show yourself that you're capable of this. And I just want to say, because I'm getting a feeling that for a lot of you, I love that this is just off one card. I like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, it's really that you are wanting to do this to just prove people that you can. And ultimately, it's something you really do want to do. It's not like you're doing something that you don't want to do, but just to show it off. It's definitely something that you want for yourself, but it's coming from a place of, like, you're doing it out of spite. Okay, you're doing it to prove other people wrong. And I just want you to focus on the real reason why this is important for you, because it is something that is for your highest good. So I want you to do it, but I want you to do it for yourself first and foremost. I will say this, it's not that you can't do it out of spite, because I am also that kind of girl to do that kind of thing. But I want to say this, that you should want to do it for yourself first and foremost before then wanting to do it to show off and wanting to be like, I fucking told you I could do it to everyone else. You heard me? I hope you heard me. Let's go into your tarot. Let's get more specific messages about this. So for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, what is this specific cycle that's coming to an end? What is this new beginning coming forth? I feel like Scorpio, that's what you really want to know. Queen of Pentacles. Yes! Fuck yeah. Coming into your power, coming into your independence, coming into your security. It's like no longer will you be insecure. No longer will you be like, what is my worth? Queen of Pentacles does not give a shit what anyone thinks about them. But also this Queen of Pentacles energy is like, you know what your value is. You know what you're worth. And I think that for a lot of you in your past, you may have been the kind of person that maybe took less than what you deserve, you know? Accepted less because you were unaware of your true capability, of your true power, of your true value. Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting chills. Your reading is crazy already, like crazy good. It's almost like Spirit is literally saying the new beginnings are everything that you want. For a lot of you too, just because we have Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, you may be getting a job opportunity coming soon. You may be getting a bonus, increase of finances, another fucking queen. Yo, Queen of Swords. Yes, 100%. This is the new beginning you're stepping into. Not taking people's shit. Not putting up with less than you deserve. Because Queen of Pentacles combined with Queen of Swords, you have the energy of someone that is completely independent, completely secure with who they are, knows who they are, knows what they want, combined with someone who literally will not put up with anything less, will tell people straight up what it is that they do and do not deserve, and will not put up with anything else. You'll be so quick to cut someone off that is treating you less than what you deserve. You will be so quick to be honest and upfront with your emotions, which I will say I personally believe is something that Scorpio deals with a lot. Immature, unevolved Scorpios, okay? Younger Scorpios usually. I feel like you guys honestly always know what you want. You always know how you feel. Even if your emotions are really complex and deep, you are probably the only person that really understands the way that you feel, or you feel like you're the only person that understands. Maybe for the most part that is partially true. But I feel that a lot of the times, like most water signs, I feel like you tend to let people treat you in ways that you don't really want to be treated. And instead of being upfront and confrontational, the way that you maybe get back at them, or the way that you let them know that you're not okay with it, isn't necessarily healthy, I feel like. I will say this. So I think that because Queen of Swords is someone that communicates very clearly. There's no hints, there's no passive aggressiveness. And that's what I think I'm hinting at the most, is that I feel a lot of Scorpios tend to be very passive aggressive, even though it's clear you know what you like and don't like, want and don't want, what you will and will not put up with, deserve, don't deserve, etc. So I feel for a lot of you, this is really just a leveling up in your maturity that this new beginning is. It's like stepping into, a lot of you may just, it is Scorpio season. A lot of you, the birthday that you just had might have been really a significant age for you. So it could have been like going from your teens to your 20s, or your 20s to your 30s, or your 30s to your 40s, 40s to 50s, etc. Like stepping into a more mature age. For some of you, maybe going like 20 to 21, or like 17 to 18, like legal adult drinking age, something like that. A significant change in between like the age of what you can do at that age versus what you can do at the age that you just turned into, for a lot of you. And again, like for a lot of you, it's really just about maturing. Oh my queen, bruh! How are you guys getting every single queen? How are you guys getting every single The Lovers is at the bottom. I had a feeling to check. I don't know why at this moment. I wasn't even done pulling all the cards. I just let me just check what's at the bottom. The Lovers. Some of you may be dealing with a lot of different people this month. Just because there's a lot of queens coming up, I do feel like these are really just representing you. Queen of Cups, here you are. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So far we have Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for the queens representing the elements, and then we have the Ten of Wands. So 100%, your November is going to include you tapping into your security, feeling stable, feeling safe, feeling confident, feeling not afraid to speak what's on your mind. Because I think, and I don't think that Scorpios, and I don't think that you, Scorpio, are that kind of person that's afraid to speak their mind, but you're learning how to use your words in a more precise way, making clean cuts. That's what I'm hearing. Because you know that your words cut deep. You know that you could like fuck someone up with the way that you say things. 100% that is Scorpio's power. It's also Gemini's and Sagittarius power. All are very good at hurting people with their words. I will say that. And it's not to say that you're evil or vindictive or you like to do it, although sometimes there is some enjoyment or satisfaction in telling someone what's up. It's like you're learning, it's almost like you're like leveling up that power, that ability. You're going from like level 1 to level 100, where it's like you'll be able to make cleaner cuts. You'll be able to say things in a way where it doesn't come off as malicious or with intention to hurt. And I'm honestly, Scorpio, here's the thing, this is what I see, is that in the past, when you have used your words to hurt someone, I really am getting this feeling, and I'm not saying that you're a bad person, you're not. But I am getting the feeling that you have used your words with the intention to hurt people. In the past, you have used your words, you have said things, and you said them because you knew it would hurt their feelings. You knew it would fuck them up, okay? And I will say that what you're stepping into is the maturity of saying things because they're true and honest, and you're saying them in the most honest and innocent way you can, and it's still gonna fuck people up, but it's gonna fuck them up in a totally different way than you using your words to be nasty and hurtful. No longer will you do that to be hurtful, although it still may cut deep and it still may cut, but they're clean cuts, they're honest cuts, right? Anyways, also stepping into Queen of Cups, stepping into having a better understanding of your emotions. All water signs, specifically Scorpios, really struggle with their emotions because of the intensity, because of the depths. A lot of the times I feel like most water signs struggle with really understanding what it is that they even feel because the emotions can be so complex and so deep and so strong and so powerful. So the other thing that I see you stepping into, besides your confidence and your honesty and being more direct, is that you're stepping into also having power, having complete and total power. This is why I'm getting also queens represent a very mature energy. Like you don't have a single page here or knight. You're stepping into becoming a very mature version of yourself, being really in control and not in control, like but almost like getting into a partnership with your emotions rather than feeling like your emotions control you. I feel like for a lot of you, sometimes you feel like your emotions have a control over you, like you don't have control over your emotions, like your emotions are that powerful that you are unable to control them, but you're tapping into control. You're tapping into the ability to see and decipher what's yours and what's theirs. That's the other thing. I'm getting that with friendships, relationships, any type of dynamic that you have with someone else outside of yourself, could be in the workplace, with your friends, family, lovers, that I feel that you tend to have a hard time, or you tend to take on the emotions of others as your own. Does that make sense? Like if people are sharing stories or unloading things or saying certain things, like you maybe even sometimes you fall in love with people, but like you don't actually love them. It's just because like they love you and they make you feel loved, so they make you feel like you also love them. I feel like for some of you, maybe one of you even have that where it's like almost like you feel obliged to love someone back just because they love you. And outside of that, if that's not the case, it's almost just like, you know, if someone's telling you something, if you're talking about something, you're sharing a story, right? And let's say, sorry, give me 1 second. So you're talking, let's say you're sharing a story with someone, with a friend or something, and then they're telling you how they feel about it. It's almost like they kind of influence you to be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I feel that way too, even if you're not really sure that you do. But I think it also has a lot to do with, in the past, your emotions are so complex that they're difficult to understand. And instead of taking the time to really sit with your emotions and try to understand them, try to understand what they mean, what they represent, where they're coming from, you tend to maybe attach or just grab onto the nearest emotion available, which could be something that is not yours. So I just feel like you're also going to be able to decipher what's yours and what's theirs. And I'm getting, for a lot of you, it has to do with partnerships, romantic partnerships, or any other type of partnership where you're working with someone else. It could be like a coworker, a best friend, someone you work closely with, or people you work closely with, that you tend to kind of it's almost like there's no wall between your emotions, then they become enmeshed with one another, which for some of you, I think that you like, especially in the terms of romance, I think that you like to be like in someone's skin, like their emotions are mine, my emotions are theirs. Like, we want to be enmeshed with one another, which I totally understand. My Venus is in Scorpio, so I get it in terms of romantic partnerships. That's like literally what I want. Ace of Cups in reverse. So what I will say though is that I don't think that November is really a month for you to go into romance. We did see the Lovers briefly. I think that there may be an opportunity presented for some type of romance, but I don't really feel that it's the time. I just don't. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like it's just telling me, I feel like for some of you, you either came to watch this reading, or when you started watching it, or while you were listening to it, or when I mentioned the Lovers earlier, that I feel like some of you came into this with the hopes of hearing about love, hearing about romance, hearing about this. And I think that specifically this message is coming through for those of you that feel that way, that we're like hoping to hear a message about romance or love, because Spirit says that this is not the time for that. Like, literally everything in your reading so far is just about you, baby. Like, you step up, you're stepping up, you're maturing in the most beautiful way. Like, financial abundance is here, job opportunities are here if you want it. You just have to be direct. You have to be really direct and really honest this month, Scorpio, in order to achieve this. In order to become the person you want to be, you have to be really honest and direct. And honest and direct with what you want, like financially, job-wise. Okay, no bullshitting. Stop taking jobs that you don't want to do. This is not the month for that. If you're working or trying to pursue a career, trying to pursue a job that you don't actually want, and you'd have to sit with yourself to figure out if you really do or don't want it, stop. Because that is preventing you from the jobs and opportunities that you really do want. You have to say no to certain things. Remember what I said earlier when I was channeling that first initial message? You are the key holders to every fucking door. So why are you why are you opening the door to McDonald's if you're supposed to be a CEO of some business? Like, and you know this. If you know this, you know. If you know, you know. Because I know that if you're watching this, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. 10 of Wands. Like I said, just you're finally like stopping the suffering, stopping putting up with the things that you don't deserve, stop settling for less. The Emperor in reverse and the Page of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. Yeah. I really think that maybe there's a lot of suitors, because it just goes to the Lovers earlier. I feel like there's a lot of suitors. There may be a lot of people with their eye on you. There may be a lot of people that have been flirting with you or hitting you up or messaging you, or maybe like you've had people like consistently asking you, hey, you want to go on a date? Oh, no, I can't. No. It's like, hey, what about now? Like, I feel like you maybe have a lot of eyes on you, a lot of interest in you romantically. It's not the time. For one, I honestly don't think that you're really feeling any of the options presented. But if you are, I think that this is not the time. I feel like a lot of these people they're just not, I honestly, just off of these cards that I'm looking at, they're not worth it. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your attention. They're not on the level that you're stepping into. So you have to think about that too, is that we are kind of, we aren't the people that we're associated with, but the people that we associate ourselves with do affect us, do affect our energy, which ultimately will affect who we become and who we allow ourselves to be. So keep that in mind, because I feel like the people that are interested in you are not on the same level as you, and there may be a little bit of control coming from one or multiple or all of those options. I feel like it's multiple people that want to be with you or have their eye on you. We're going to go ahead and get a closing message because I feel like your reading has gone on for a while, but it's great. I love it. I love everything about your reading so far. So let's get a closing message for Scorpio for the month of November 2022 as we come to an end of the year. What is the closing message for Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? I love your reading though. I think it's beautiful and I'm really excited for you, and I think this is great. This is like the most beautiful leveling up that you could ask for. It's a great way to end the year, for sure. Just be honest, be straightforward. Don't beat around the bush when you're trying to tell people what you want. Be secure, you know, and for those of you, because I feel like most of you do know what you want with the Queen of Pentacles, for those of you that are still struggling with that, figure that shit out quickly, like this month. We have peace. I love it. The number at the top is 26. 2, 6, 8, or 26 could all be significant numbers for you. It says dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. Literally what I've been talking about. You need to, whatever you don't want, whatever you know you don't deserve, whatever you don't need in your life, cut it out now. Like now, Scorpio. Don't play around. This is not the time to play around. Abundance, opportunities, loving yourself, love further down the road, all of these things can be, like I said, you have the keys to every fucking door. If you know that you have keys to every door, including being rich, famous, having a family, having the love of your life, having everything that you want, why would you waste your time any further, any second further, entertaining anything less than what you deserve? The way to cultivate peace, the way to cultivate more love, the way to cultivate more of the things that you want in your life is by getting rid of everything that does not belong there. Put it in the cemetery. You gotta bury those thoughts. You gotta bury those people, those patterns, those beliefs, those jobs, whatever it is. And yeah, and that's yours. Peace is yours. New beginnings are yours. Again, not the month to focus on love. Just throwing that out there. If there are suitors chasing after you, it's not really the month to focus on it. This is really the time to focus on yourself because there's a lot of good things coming for you, Scorpio. That's all I have for you guys. I wish you the best of November. Let me know how this reading resonated in the comments down below. If you feel inclined and it did resonate with you, please share it with your friends. I would love for more people to join us on the channel. And yeah, I will see you later in the next month. Bye-bye.